Hello, grade 8s. As promised, here's the next lesson, adding and subtracting integers without using discs, just using good old mental math. So for those who are new to this and weren't watching the first one, if I'm adding a positive 3 to a positive 9, you have to remember that this is a positive disk, positive 1, and this is a negative 1. All right, so visualizing this, we're going to get away from these, but just visualizing, we have positive 3, and I'm adding it to a positive 9. Okay, so there's our positive 9. So when I add all these together, they just simply all combine. When you have one positive and one negative, they cancel out. We call that a zero pair. But in this case, I don't have any zero pairs that cancel out, so I simply combine them all together to give me a positive 12. Okay, I'm going to do the first two with this visualizing of using the discs, but after this, I'm going to simply just use mental math, okay, and abstract as we call it. So anyways, here we have a negative 7, so I'm going to represent it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to add that to positive 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember what I said, every positive will cross out or cancel out one negative because there's zero pairs. So 1 and 1, and that one and that one, this one and this one, and this one and this one, right? So those are all called zero pairs. They all cancel out, and whatever you're left with, that's your answer. So there's our answer right there, negative 3. Okay, so from now on, you can do that if you wish, but I want you to try to see if you can not draw these pictures and just do it mentally. All right, so the next one, you should see that this answer is negative 3. 5 of those cancel out 5 of those. You're left with negative 3 because there's more of those, right? If you tried doing this and you drew the pictures, you would see that that is a negative 9. There's no zero pairs in that one. In this one here, we have 2 positives added to 2 negatives added to 4 positives. So when you do all of that, you should be left with negative 1. And again, I'm just doing this on the fly. So that's kind of hoping what you would be able to do. If you have to draw a picture, go ahead. But try to learn to do without. So here we have positive 5, add a negative 2, add a positive 6, add a negative 3. So when we add all of that, we should get positive 6, I believe. So 11, take away 5, that's a positive 6. Yep. All right. Subtracting. Now again, I'll do the first couple with the tiles, with the discs. So we have positive 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to take away 2 of them. So if I take away 2 of them, we get that and that. So we're left with positive 5. Right? And when let's try a different one. I'd like to try this one here, letter D. If I have negative 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You notice I have negative 8. Now I have to take away a positive 2. I don't have positive 2. However, I'm going to put in positive 2. But if I put in positive 2, I have to put in its opposite, negative 2, because this is 0 still, right? So I still have negative 8. But now, all of this is negative 8. Now I want to take away positive 2. I'll take away that. So now the answer is negative 10. So what we tell students, the fast way to do this, when you subtract, subtracting means you change the subtract to a plus. Or to addition. And what you do is, whatever integer follows the subtract, so in this case the positive 2, you make it its opposite. So you make the second integer opposite. So the opposite of positive 2 is a negative 2. In other words, so what I tell students, you keep the first one, you flip the second one, and then you change that to a positive. So we want to change everything to addition, is what I mean. Because when we change it to addition, it's really simple, right? Positive 7, add negative 2, positive 5. Let's try it in this one. You keep the first one, you flip the second one, and you change that to an addition. So now this question becomes positive 1, add negative 3, and that's negative 2, right? In this question here, so keep the first one. I'm running out of room here, I'll just do it over here. You keep the first one, you flip the second one, and you change the subtract to an add. So we have a positive 5 added to a positive 10, the answer is positive 15. You can see why this is a negative 10 because we keep the first one, flip the second one, and add. And so we have negative 10, right? So this is the shortcut that we use that you will see probably anywhere when you go into grade 9, especially even going into grade 10. If you ever see this, this is what we normally do. We keep the first one, we flip the second, and we change that to an add. So here we keep it, change that to an add, right? Flip the second. And so we're left with a positive 1. Keep the first, flip the second, and make that an addition. So we have negative 9 add 3, so that's a positive 6, right? Oh, pardon me, negative 6. Okay, so that's what we've learned in class. Keep that first, flip the second, and change to an addition. However, this is the last examples. Sometimes we have multiple numbers where we're adding more than one. So what we do in this case is we never change an addition. If you see addition, whatever follows it stays the same. So I keep this first one, and because it's addition, I even keep this one. I don't change it, right? But now there's a subtraction, so I want to always change the subtract to an add, and whatever follows, make it its opposite. Okay, whatever follows a subtraction becomes opposite. So I only want to see addition. So we have a positive 3, add a negative 4, add a positive 6. And hopefully you agree that that equals to positive 5. Okay, last one. Again, I keep this first one. Oh, there's a subtraction, make it an add. Make this opposite. There's an addition, leave it. And leave whatever follows. There's a subtraction, make it addition, but make this its opposite. So we're always adding the integers together. But I change the subtract to an add, flipping whatever follows, right? Flipping that one, flipping that one. So now we have addition. Negative 9, add positive 5, add negative 3, add positive 4. Hopefully you agree. The answer is negative 3. All right, and that is how we subtract and add integers without the use of tiles. It's going to take a little bit of practice, but I know you guys can do it. Have a good day.